Call to order for the Town of St. John Town Council meeting for Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Could we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then a moment of silence? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And just a moment of silence, please. Thank you. Roll call, Beth.
Gerald Swets is absent. Christian Jorgensen.
Present.
Mike Bovat.
Here.
Wayne Pondinas.
Present.
Ann Oster. Present. Bill Manasopoulos. Here. Joe Svetnoff.
Here.
And Beth Hernandez, present.
Thank you, Beth. Moving to item 4, approval of minutes. A, June 25th, 2025, Town Council meeting minutes. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
A second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. At this time, public comment. I have 4 people. And when you come up, could you please introduce yourself, give us your address, and then typically we try to hold it to 3 minutes for the public comment. Denise, not sure the last name, Denise Rawser?
Hi, I'm Denise Redenz. Live in Hanover Township, about a mile from the proposed development. I'm not quite sure, and I don't know that it's been made clear to everybody today here. I know I can't ask questions, but I'm not quite sure what is happening with, if there's a vote today on what we're going to do down the street from me, or because the last piece of information we saw from the town was like October 22nd. So a lot of the people thought that that's when this vote was going to take place, and this agenda, what's on the agenda today, I don't know, can you clarify to us what we're doing today?
So, all the paperwork, it would have had to wait till the 22nd. Paperwork was turned in, so we can move it up, so that action is moved from the 22nd till today, up to today.
Okay. So we are actually taking a vote, the council's actually going to take a vote?
Correct.
Today?
I don't think you'll be disappointed.
I hope not.
I don't think so.
I just got a few things to say. I think everybody knows the situation, what everybody's pros, everybody's cons, everybody's remarks. I think that's all been stated. I think you guys are well aware. I just got just some normal human comments to make. I live on the state line, which means my neighbor to my left, he lives in Illinois. And my phone number is St. John phone number. My friends live to the north. Okay, I've got a St. John phone number. My address is a Cedar Lake address. That's on the other side of 41 for me. I actually reside in Hanover Township, which I'm kind of supposed to be controlled, I kind of thought, from the county. And yet, I'm standing here in St. John pleading for my life to do the right thing for me. And I don't quite understand how, and I know it's the law, we've all checked, that none of the neighbors had to be notified, not even the adjoining landowners. And I know you stand behind that, and I stand behind the law too. But just common decency would think that all people should have the right to know what's happening. And St. John has always been like a step up, in my opinion. I delivered mail in Dyer for 30-some years, always kind of looked up to St. John. I seen farms on my route, the Herman farm turn into the preserve. I seen Hoopenthal's farm turn into the preserve. I did a hayfield in St. John, Munich, maybe you know the name. We made hay up there in St. John. That turned into a beautiful subdivision. So when I think of St. John, and there's Bramblewood and there's Edgewood, You think of St. John and you think of a nice town, and then you come to what you guys wanted to do out there by me, and I just have a hard time envisioning the people from this town, who you do represent, wanting that, be it out there. I would ask you how many of people that live in your town would want to move out to that. That would be their choice. That would be their, my long-term goal I'm in, you're St. John people. I wonder how many of them would want to move into that and say, yeah, that's what, we want St. John to turn into that. That's exactly what we want for St. John. So I guess I just ask for a little human compassion on your decision. And I don't know your politics, and I don't know who's been on the board before, and I don't know who has whatever. I just hope you guys haven't gone down the rabbit hole too far, that you can't get back out and do what's best for your town. Maybe someday I will be part of your town. And if I am, I hope it represents what St. John used to be and not what I see you're trying to turn it into. One last comment. My grandson said, I said, Grandma's getting too old. I think we're going to sell the farm. And I don't own much. I delivered mail. I'm not a rich person. Little piece of ground out there. And he said, Grandma, you can't sell it. And I said, well, I think I can. I think me and Grandpa own it, so I don't think we have to stay here. And he said, well, what am I going to do? I said, well, either we'll still have it, or you'll have to go find something else. And I hope you just don't let the developers chase all of us out and force us to go find something else. Thank you.
Next is Douglas Blocker.
Becker, don't forget the R.
Doug Blocker, 10591 Juniper Lane, St. John. Just want to comment regarding the reaction for ordinance number 1870. I just want to say that I've never been more disappointed in the town council than I am with you guys and lady. I mean, to sit up there and say we were blindsided, that's ridiculous. Let me ask you this. For Lawton's development on Parish in 231, where you gave up commercial property to give him 17 units per acre for townhouses, and to pay for his water main, sewer main, and road improvements with my tax dollars, were you blindsided? What about Lawton's 100 acres east of Blaine Street, where you gave him 50-foot wide lots? High-density townhouses that are smaller in size than what our zoning ordinance allows. Were you blindsided with that? How about Lawton's 20 acres on Calumet Avenue, just south of 101st, where again, commercial property, and you gave them townhouses at over 7 units per acre? Were you blindsided? I don't think you so. Where you guys say, oh, we were blindsided. The question I got is, you have Robinson Engineering reviewing the development plans that come into town. They attend the Plan Commission meeting, answer the Plan Commission questions regarding status of reviewing of plans and stuff. How come Lawton doesn't have his plans reviewed by Robinson Engineering? Instead, you have a separate engineering firm reviewing Lawton's plans, because I understand that's who he wanted. What is this? Is Lawton running this town? I just can't believe it. If you guys want to proceed with this development, fine. Have some suggestions if you want the town to support you guys on it. Tell him, Mr. Lawton, for all the wells, he needs to pay 50% of all of the value of all the wells, 50% of the filtration plant, and 50% of the cost for the water tower. Tell him what you told Mr. Olthoff Homes for his development on 101st and Park Place. No townhouses, no duplexes. We want larger single-family lots, minimum 80 by 140. Tell them no vinyl siding on the houses. Tell them we want major road improvements. My suggestion would be a left turn lane out there that's lit up so that people traveling 50 miles an hour down state line knows there's an intersection there. Tell him you want major landscape plans. And when he comes in with a landscape plan, which he never does, he's supposed to, but he never does, tell him, no, send it back, give us twice the amount of landscaping you're proposing. Also, tell him you want a 10-acre park site on this development. Have him put a walking path all the way around it. And finally, send it to the Plan Commission where it's supposed to go for review first before you guys, oh yeah, we're approving this. So I hope you guys start doing better. I mean, I already heard that Althoff Homes now is coming back with their project on 101st and Park Place. He's already getting 70 unit duplexes because he's threatened to sue you because of what you guys already gave Lawton. Lawton's killing this town, and you guys are letting him do it. Thank you.
Just for clarification, have we received anything that we're in a suit with Althoff?
Absolutely not.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't receive anything, so I just wanted to clarify that.
New plan. Proposal.
Tony Neth? Tony?
He says no.
No? Matt Rohr?
Excuse me.
Morning.
Morning.
My name is Matt Rohr. I live in 11069 Hickory Grove Road in St. John in the Mill Creek subdivision. I'm here to support the denial of the ordinance 1870. I want to thank the council for listening to the community about our objections to developments of this type, this density, and the type of housing that's in it. Going forward, I'm asking the council to really do three things. One is, Ashley Abernathy is working on a comprehensive development ordinance, kind of pulling together the disparate parts that have grown like topsy over time in our town and into a more coherent and thorough and modern base set of ordinances. I think it's a great idea. I strongly encourage you to do this. She presented her first draft at the Planning Committee, and I think this should be something that the public sees and we get a chance to provide feedback to. But it's a great effort, and thank you, Ashley, for taking this mess on, and it's a big step forward for transparency and better governance. Second, I encourage the council to be more public about your opinions about the limits of whatever developer can do. The trouble with the rules in the state of Indiana, the rules are either way too strict or with PUDs almost too flexible where anything goes. And this kind of naturally allows the developer to kind of drive the process. And I think it would be, calm everybody down, everyone feel better about things if there were some stated guidelines that while I have the flexibility to approve something or not, I'm not going to do it. We're not going to build a 100-foot tower in this town of St. John because it doesn't fit our community. But to be more specific, how many townhomes do we want? What's the overall density we want in this town? What's our plans for annexation over time? The last planning document is this 2017 comprehensive plan. I'm unaware that we've ever updated this. That was a long time ago. World's a different place. The proposed annexation in 1870 is beyond the scope of what the thinking of then was, how big the town might get. Something like this is really worth having because it frames the debate. And how big a town are we going to be? Are we going to be Naperville, Illinois, 150,000 people? We're pushing 30 and our roads can't handle it now. And roadway improvements, this is a daily quality of life issue for everybody in this town. And we are stressed now at about, maybe we're pushing 30,000. We're going to go to 60? How's it going to work? So I'm really encouraging you guys to think about the pace of development, the timing of how things proceed, and the form of housing that we have in a more deliberate and explicit way so people can understand what their expectations are. So it's about not being reactive, it's about being more proactive. I think you're starting to do that now. I think the current proposal for 1870 was way over the top. And I drove on the State Line Road, and there's a sign that says, "This road may flood," next to two swamps on either side of me, which really means this road would flood, and it's the only way for those people to get up to commute to Chicago. So there's a lot of work to do. okay? And it's not easy. But I encourage you to get more proactive in what you're doing and clear with the public about what's going on. And finally, don't get bum rushed on any development. If someone's shooting, stuff at you at the last minute, you say, fine, we'll wait till the next meeting. Because we gotta let the public know what's going on and inform people. And while the state dictates minimum levels of communication, it doesn't prohibit more communication. The annexation rule in the state says you only gotta tell the person being annexed. Nothing prevents us from telling other people. It's America, we can communicate with each other. So, that's it, and thanks for doing your job, we appreciate what you're doing.
Thanks.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Did anybody not sign up, didn't get a chance to speak? Yes.
Donna Fafke, 10729 Maple Lane in St. John. I wasn't going to speak, but I've gotten some inspiration from some of these other speakers. Last week, Mr. Buvat, you and I met, Billy was there as well, and we talked about more transparency in the government here. We talked about getting the agenda up several days in advance instead of several hours in advance. We also talked about putting links to documentation that supported what the agenda items were. And I pointed out that our neighboring communities do it. Cedar Lake does it, Munster does it, Maryville does it. They're beautiful. You should go take a look at these sites because they put everything up there. So I was really majorly disappointed when not even the agenda was posted until late yesterday. Nothing else. I thought we were in some kind of agreement that you thought that it was a good idea, and we could have started with at least getting the agenda up early, but that didn't happen. Where is the transparency in our government?
Mr. President, if I can comment, I know we sat in on that meeting, and the agenda that should have been sent out for Friday, obviously, I had to go to the emergency room with my son with his surgery, so I apologize for the agenda being late.
Okay. Anyone else? Thank you. Then moving on to item 6, agenda items. A, financial matters of the corporation. 1, request to purchase. There are a total of 7 requests to purchase in the combined total of $44,340.92. Beth, do you have any comments on those?
Sure, your first one is from Kiesler, and that is for the police department ammunition in the amount of $5,000. Al Warren for unleaded fuel in the amount of $15,092.76. Holland Asphalt, there was some asphalt patch repair at 10625 Wicker Avenue in the amount of $4,200. Ferguson Water Works, this is for a water meter for Jewel Osco in the amount of $4,348.16. Precision Fence, and that was for guardrail repair on 93rd Avenue in the amount of $5,150. Nearmap, this is a subscription that Building and Planning and Public Works uses. So you would be approving $5,450. There was a slight increase in the contract amount, so it's coming before you again for approval. And then Premier Trophies, this is for bronze casting for plaques at the community center in the amount of $5,100.
Do I have a motion for the request to purchase?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Accounts payable voucher, number 2, dated October 8th, 2025, representing payment for payroll, supplies, services, and equipment rendered to the town of St. John in a combined total of $970,715.99. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Number 7, ordinances and resolutions. A, and so everybody's clear, this is being put to bed. So Motion to deny ordinance 1870, an ordinance annexing certain parcels into the town limits in its entirety on second reading. Do I have a motion?
Mr. President, I'm going to make a motion, slightly different what's actually put there, but I'm going to make a motion to terminate our annexation proceeding without second reading, provided all paperwork is in order for same.
And at this time, all paperwork has been reviewed, everything's in order, and we're proper to proceed.
Okay, because we're not within the 30 days. Okay, that's my motion.
Are you good, Billy?
Yes, all the paperwork has been received.
All right.
And just a quick question, so that is the same, that's the same as denying it, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Slightly different, but basically the same.
Terminated. It's denied.
It's not going forward, so there won't be an annexation, there won't be any water, there won't be any project.
And no houses.
There won't be, well,
None.
we won't have anything. The property owners still own the property. Nothing we can do about that, just like they were speaking about it. They own the property, they have it. But as far as this project goes, it's not moving forward with our annexation.
It's done.
It's slightly technical, but it's the correct way to do it.
So I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Mr. President, since we're on the topic, I think it'd be appropriate if we just skip down to 8B, for the motion to approve the release of water rights and easement agreement. That relates to
I concur with that.
the annexation that is no
Yes.
longer going through, and the project.
So, for the audience, if you'll move to item 8, Town Council Action B, this is kind of connected. So, motion to approve the release of the waterworks rights and easement agreement. Joe, everything is in order on that?
Everything's in order on it, I've reviewed it, everything's good to go.
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion there carries 4-0. Thank you, Vice President.
No problem. Thank you.
Moving back to B, on ordinances and resolutions, consider ordinance 1875, an ordinance establishing a schedule of wages, salaries, and benefits for employees, fire, and police personnel for town officials 2026 salary ordinance on second reading.
So,
Silly.
thank you, Mr. President. As stated, this is the schedule of wages, salaries, and benefits. There has been some talk of what we're given, what we're doing, what kind of raises we are. So I pulled the council, town manager, and our department heads, and if Jason could bring it up. The whole town, hourly, salary, elected officials are only getting a 3% raise. So you'll see there, 2025, the town council president was at $1,769.99 in 2026. He is getting $1,823.09. Town council members also there, myself, down to the clerk treasurer, and I know I had talked about it with the council president, some of these acronyms that Beth has gotten, the Indiana accredited clerk, a certified municipal clerk, certified public funds investment manager, a master municipal clerk, and a certified finance administrator. But on top of that, she's also only receiving a 3% raise. Same as the fire chief, the police chief, and the building planning administrator. So at this time, I would ask for a motion to approve it on second reading.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item C, consider ordinance 1876, an ordinance amending ordinance 1869, a schedule of wages, salaries, and benefits for employees, fire, and police personnel, and town officials relating to the 2025 salary ordinance on first reading. Billy?
So you're seeing this amendment. A few months ago, we took on a new timekeeping system that'll allow us to track the firefighters by hourly instead of just a salary. Now, their salary isn't getting cut what they made before, and salary is what they're making hourly. It's just a better way to keep track of the hours through the new system. So that's what this amendment is for.
Thank you for that. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 4-0.
Mr. President, you want that on second reading as well, or do we, Joe, do we have to do that in 2 readings?
You're going to have to do the reading.
You got to do the second?
Yes.
On that one?
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
Moving to D, motion to adopt Resolution 2025-10-08A, Civil. A resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations for the various funds of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana for the year 2025 for the action and passage by the town council pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1, 1-18-6. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. E, motion to adopt Resolution 2025-10-08B, Water District, a resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations for the various funds of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana for the year 2025 for the action and passage by the town council pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1, 1-18-6. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item F, motion to adopt Resolution 2025-10-08C, Water Utility, a resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations for the various funds of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana, for the year 2025 for the action and passage by the town council pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1, 1-18-6. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item G, motion to adopt Resolution 2025-10-08D, wastewater. A resolution providing for the transfer of appropriations for the various funds of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana for the year 2025 for the action and passage by the town council pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1, 1-18-6. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item H, motion to adopt Resolution 2025-10-08E, Sanitation District, a resolution providing for the transfer of the appropriations for the various funds of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana for the year 2025 for the action and passage by the town council pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1, 1-18-6. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Moving on to 8, Town Council action. A, motion to approve a special exception for a sports court at 8282 Morning Crest Court. Favorable recommendation from the Board of Zoning Appeals. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item C, consider Altoff Incorporated, change order 1 in the amount of $25,249.50 for the Prairie West parking lot expansion and appropriate funds from stormwater for same. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
I second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
And for clarification on that, Mr. President, obviously, everyone can see the work being done out there. We're expanding the parking lot there, especially with all the events that we have. Parking is limited, so it's going to take some of the cars off the streets. While we were there, and we started digging up. We saw we needed a little bit more stone and some stormwater basins there. So that's what's being added.
Thank you, Billy. Moving to item D, motion to authorize SEH and Core Construction to notice the request for bids for the Heartland Park expansion project. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Prior to making the motion, I'd like to bring Chris in, Chris from Core and Glenn from SEH.
All right, we have them here.
Yeah,
All right.
and give a little bit of a rundown of the project and what their timeline is for the bids, bid opening, so on and so forth.
All right, Glenn, if you could introduce and go first.
Glenn Peterson, SEH Project Manager, leading this project for the town. Just wanted to give you guys a kind of final update on this project. We are ready to go to bid on this project.
I'm sorry. I know
Am I? Here we go. Yeah. So where we're at on this project is we've dialed everything in, working with town staff to get this project to where it is. I believe we delivered a pretty good project. We do have a final rendered kind of site plan up here as well too. Town staff's been very helpful in getting us to this point and making sure that we are all aligned with what we're going to deliver here. So this is the final site plan for the project. We'll be working on it to get ready to go for the end of next year is when we're targeting this project being opened up.
Hey, Council, Chris Detmar with Core Construction. Just to run through a little bit of the scheduling with this project. So with today's approval, will give us the go-ahead for public notice to proceed. That will get all of our bid documents, all of our scopes of bids out to the public for bid process. We are targeting a November 12th bid opening here at the town. And then I believe it was November 19th or 18th, whatever the next town council meeting is that following week, to present final budgetary numbers and approval for notice to proceed on the construction project. So, thank you.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Anything else, Billy?
No, that's it.
Okay. Do I have a motion then to authorize SEH and Core Construction to notice the request for bids?
I moved it. Yeah, I think we already have a motion.
We have a motion,
Second.
and you're a second. All those in favor say, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Item 9, reports and correspondence. Town Council. Any reports, correspondence from the Town Council?
Yeah, I was out at Jewel today. Jewel's got 30 people working on site, and they're right on schedule. And a lot of the people that are working there live in the area, so that's great. And then I went out to Timberlane Park, which is right off of 90th and Patterson, and I found out that Gabe took ownership on it, and he did the construction part of it, the design part of it, and they cut down some trees, so they saved us some money. So Public Works did save us quite a bit of money on doing that, rather than have an engineer go out there and do it. He did it, so kudos for him.
Thank you. Anybody else, or?
Just real fast, just want to make a comment about the community center. I'm not sure if everybody has been on the Parks Facebook page. There's so much stuff going on in the community center, which is really amazing, bringing a lot of people together. I hope that everyone takes a moment to take a look on Facebook and see all that they're offering right now. I mean, there's just so much going on there. Super excited about that, and for renting it as well. If you have a party or something, it's really a great addition to our town, and I'm pretty proud of it. Very happy about it.
Thank you for that, Ann. And I would just like to comment that, again, I appreciate everybody that comes to the town council, that interacts, that speaks, and appreciate the comments, and we hear and we listen to the community. And our goal, and like Mr. Rourke had spoke, if we can improve, we're always looking to improve. And the old saying, sometimes I may not be the sharpest knife in the drawer, but hey, we'll get there, and we'll work together, and that is our goal. I can assure you that. And I also want to comment that, Billy, your comment about the Prairie West, there is a real need for that, and I appreciate you mentioning what that extra expense is for. That's been something that's been there for quite some time. And I know with everything that's happening, Wayne, at Jewel and that, we're going to be really challenged for parking and stuff, especially with Christmas in the park. So this may be just a little bit different this year. And also, Beth may not appreciate this, and I know she don't like, but like, with Billy's comments about the accreditations, we have a clerk treasurer that's gone above and beyond, and then, I know Billy mentioned a lot of the accreditations, but Beth, is that quite time consuming too? To
Yes, I mean, it's definitely dedication. It takes time. It takes studying.
And you have to pass in order to get the
Well, for the,
accreditation.
the certified public funds investment manager, you have to take a test and pass that to become certified in investing public money.
Well,
But it's worth it.
I want to say thank you, and on behalf of the town, and like, this is my first time serving on the town council. Beth has been here for several terms, and I admire her dedication and her commitment to the community, going above and beyond. And along with that, like we had the Baker Tilly presentation with the budget for the town is absolutely trending in the right way. We're doing really good, positive things financially, and it takes a concerted effort from all the council members, the town manager, our clerk treasurer, even our attorney, Joe Svetnoff,
Even you.
has to participate. And then really you go to everyone that works for the town. The police chief, the fire chief, am I missing anybody here? It's all their participation.
Works.
Public Works. It's
Clerical.
Clerical. It's just a huge parks. There's so much going on, and everybody putting their shoulder to the wheel to make sure that St. John stays financially sound. And I think with what we're facing, it is so critical. And I just want to say I appreciate everybody's efforts. So thank you for that. Anyone else?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Matt, actually, for bringing up the comprehensive plan, because
Yes.
all municipalities have one. It takes an extremely long period of time to do it. We're one of the fastest expanding towns in St. John, and we will be. And we have our own problems given SB 1 and how it is that we're going to pay for all this. But you hit it on the head. I mean, it's a comprehensive plan isn't law. I mean, it's not something you say, oh, well, it's not the comprehensive plan. It can always be changed and amended. It's a living and breathing document. But it's a good roadmap for where we're going to be. And typically, to answer your question, when we come up with a comprehensive plan, whether it be in county or any of the municipalities, there will be public hearings on it. There will be public input as we go through and try to estimate how much the town is going to grow, and it's going to grow. It's going to grow in housing-wise, which will push more commercial. It's going to get larger, and regardless of what people think one way or another, there's not much we can do other than try to control some of it the best way that we can within the law, but it's going to happen. So you make a great point, and you will get your input, and it takes a long time. But in fact, there'll probably be several hearings on it where the public can chime in as we go through drafts. And see where it is that we're going to go. I'm looking forward to seeing it myself, because I believe that the population expansion is going to be more than even what we assumed. So, I mean, I know it causes traffic and everything like that. It's very tough when people own property and they want to do what they want with their own property. But, I mean, it is a good roadmap. So I am glad you brought that up, because that is something that everybody here who would be concerned about, the former annexation plan or something like that, would want to be involved in or would want to see, because that is likely the future. So thank you.
All right, thank you for that, Christian. And I do not want to leave out, along with that, I'm going to piggyback on that, going the extra mile, our building and planning, Ashley. Yeah, she's working on this, and again, taking initiative and doing something that's really going to be an asset and a benefit to the town. Ashley, thank you. And that's all that I have. Anyone else? If not, we'll go to the town manager.
No reports at this time. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Billy.
How's your boy?
And Clerk Treasurer?
Sure, I have a couple things. I know that you guys took a look at this year's salary ordinance for the fire department. We are getting ready to go live, I think likely in November on the new payroll software. If you guys recall, in 2024, we attempted to move forward with a different company, hit way too many roadblocks, which personally, we were taking a look, I'm kind of happy with in hindsight, because they, a lot of their service options that they had mentioned were phenomenal, have turned to AI. I think that they did something like, we read online, like a 30% cut in staff due to AI. So I don't know how that would have worked for our needs if we hit any roadblocks here. But we are moving forward. It's with Andrews Technology. That's who our neighboring community Cedar Lake uses, and they've had great success with the company, so we're looking forward to rolling that out here in November. I think that we're kind of going a little bit opposite. Usually they roll it out, well, we will roll it out in phases. Instead of starting with the easier 40 hours per week people, we're jumping right in with our most difficult, which is our fire department, just because they follow the Kelly rules. So it's just completely different than we are. So we're going to roll it out with them, iron out the kinks with the fire department, roll into police next, because they would be our second most difficult payroll department, and then roll it out for the rest of the civil employees. So we're looking forward to that. Budget, you guys had first reading. You'll have now a month to review. So if you have any questions for me before October 22nd, please let me know. Everything was pretty much status quo. Departments did a fantastic job cutting some things that they could due to the Senate Bill 1. Staffing is remaining practically the same, with the exception of a new police officer to be hired midway through 2026. So that's the only addition in staff. And then I'm trying to think anything else. Oh, the 3% raises across the board. And then some various different capital projects, like you were looking at the 40 acres. We've got the Gates restroom and pavilion project rolling through next year. Joliet bike path project down Joliet from the Circle all the way down to 96th. So that's going to be one of our bigger projects. I think you guys are in line right now in the budget to purchase a new ambulance for the fire department. Those are kind of some of the main highlights of capital purchases. Parks Department, or Parks Board, and the Water and Sanitary Board both have received their budgets. We have Eric and Amber attending virtually for their meetings so that they can give a presentation similar to what you received 2 weeks ago. So hopefully they will be providing you with some sort of recommendation as far as moving forward with their respective budgets. So that's coming up. Shred Day is Saturday, so anybody who may have missed it in the spring, or if you need to do another round, we have Shred Day at Clark Middle School, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. this upcoming Saturday. And I think, well, Parks Department is putting on Boo Bash, so that's coming up. Pupapalooza, all kinds of things. So if you don't subscribe to the newsletter, make sure that you send me an email and we'll get you all set up with the newsletter. That's where we put everything out each month. Agenda item, just so everybody knows in the audience, items D through H that the town council passed, those are transfer of appropriation resolutions, just so you know what they were doing. This is basically taking money from one line in the budget, moving it to a different line in the budget. Like, for example, fire department other supplies to fire department office equipment. It's not adding any more money to the budget, it's just moving where it's at in the budget. So we do it usually quarterly. It's my fault. I got super busy over the summer months, and so they just did 2 quarters worth of transfers. So it's a compliance issue with State Board of Accounts. I don't have authority to just move the money. I have to get approval to move it. So that's what they were doing for us on items D through H. That's all I have. I know you guys say I talk too much. That's all I have.
No, you don't.
Thank you, Beth. Well, with that, move to item 10, adjournment. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion second. All in favor, say aye.